Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday's Clear Path Leadercast. Today on Clear Path Leadercast, we are going to be talking about taking your business to the next level, what you need to change and how you need to grow as a leader when your business is scaling and you start to run into those plateaus and you start to wonder why. There's a number around 5 million where a lot of small businesses just get stuck. And that's a transition point where you have to start thinking about things and looking at things differently as a leader. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm Craig Anderson. I am the president of ClearPath Coaching and Consulting and a leadership confidence coach. I do a lot of work with small business owners, with executives who are trying to upscale their leadership so they can be more effective, feel more comfortable in their leadership role. I was an accidental leader. I found myself in leadership roles in industries I never thought I would be in education, finance, and financial institutions. Coming out of that with an English degree, and a lot of my work focuses on helping similarly situated leaders grow through all the things that are challenges when you're going through similar circumstances when you don't really have that formal leadership background. So let's start framing out the problem that leaders face around this idea of changing their leadership and changing how they view leadership in their organization as they scale. As I said, a lot of businesses grow and they're very successful, especially around small business or entrepreneurial businesses where you start growing your business and things are going well because you've got a great idea and you've got a lot of energy around it. And you start to see that business grow and get successful. So you say, oh man, I've got to get some people around me to help. So you may get some virtual assistants, you may get some part time people, just some helpers that are around you helping to get the things done that you need to get done. And that works really well for a while. But at a certain point, you start scaling to the point where you find yourself surrounded by all these helpers and more than you can effectively manage on a day to day basis. And suddenly you find yourself getting in the way. And you start to really, you didn't enter into you had this great idea and you really wanted to see it succeed and you believed in it. And you didn't really think about, man, I'm going to have to start leading people. And that may not be the strength that you have. A lot of times, maybe you have a lot of strength in your area of expertise, be that technology or accounting or finance or whatever it is. But leadership is not something that we all come to naturally. It's something I don't believe there's anything, such a thing as a natural born leader. I think leadership is a large skill. It's one you can develop. It's something you can hone over time. So you start to realize I'm going to have to bring more leadership to bear. And that's where a lot of people kind of get stuck as they're growing and growing in their business. So what is it that you do? Because what's going to happen is you're going to hit a plateau, and until you can start getting things done through other people, especially getting work done through a leadership team to get things done with other people, you're going to have a natural plateau that you hit in your business. So what do we need to do? Today, we're going to be talking about 3 ideas that will help you take your business through that plateau to the next level and how you can start building some leadership structures around your business. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is this idea of developing a culture of leadership development in your organization. This is both for yourself and for the team around you. So you need to be thinking about looking, when you have that group of helpers surrounding you, start to think who in that group you can see leading other people for the organization, and start to look at where you're kind of insecure and challenged in your own leadership and start doing things in your organization for developing the leadership potential. Initially for you, it may just be reading a few books on leadership. It may be reaching out to other business owners who are maybe at the level you're hoping to take your business to and seeing how they handle leadership with their organization, what their lessons were that learned. It might be you enter into some leadership courses online, or you get a coach to help come alongside you and help you develop those leadership muscles. And then do those similar things for those couple of people in the group that you see that potential in to also be leaders. So bring those people in, hand them those same books that you read that helped you develop your leadership. Give them some examples. Maybe you're not ready to actually put somebody into a formal leadership role, but there's projects, there's tasks that need to get done by a group. Put them in charge of those and observe how they do. Really start thinking about how can I develop the leaders in my organization? Anyone really has the potential to lead. We just have to find it within them, maybe light that spark within them that shows that they can do it. And you can do that by giving them experiences. For you personally to grow as leader, you're going to have to start stretching yourself. You're going to have to think about, maybe there's some books you can read if you're struggling with difficult conversations, with management conversations, with decision making long term. I know a lot of people get stuck when they have to make these big decisions as they grow their business. It was one thing when it impacted you. Now it's another thing when it impacts, 15, 20, 30 people. So there's lots of different places that we get stuck. So building that culture of leadership development, that ongoing educational process is the first step that you want to do. Again, it can be formal, it can be informal. As you grow larger, you may want to make it more formal, but there's always that opportunity to educate yourself, stretch yourself, and give yourself and your team opportunities. Wow, I just had a power fade. So hopefully I'm still alive with all of you. Next thing that we want to look at is how to get the team aligned. So a lot of what I hear from leaders when they are growing their business is they get concerned with how do I how do I get things done through other people? How do I have this vision and I have this way I want my business done? How can I do that if I'm doing it through other people, if they don't understand what it is that I'm doing? So we have to really focus in your business on being very clear. There's a lot that's in your head as a leader about how you want your business run, how you want your customers treated, how you want your people treated, the level of quality in your work. All those things are in your head, and you have to, as the leader, effectively communicate outside of you what it is you want, communicate those ideas and those visions for your team. So getting really aligned on what your vision is for the business and being able to articulate it clearly and broadly in the organization is a crucial step in getting your team aligned. You have to really bring your leadership team under your wing, educate them, formalize the process of identifying what the vision is that you have for the business long term so they can share in it and help you drive the business there. Getting clear on the near term objectives and project priorities that are building the business, that are the KPIs and benchmarks that you're hitting, showing you that you're making progressive progress towards where you want your business to be. So getting all those firm in your mind and getting those clearly communicated to your leadership team is a crucial first step in aligning the business around your vision. And then once you get that, where they start to feel and understand that mission work and that vision work and the way you want things done, that's when you want to start communicating that even further, both through them and in your larger addresses to the organization about what it is that your leadership will bring to the table or your vision is. And you show your leadership by showing your vision. So everyone in the company understands what it is they're building, why they're building it, because one, it helps them make decisions and become more independent over time. Different people, if you're familiar with the situational leadership model, has a really good design on where people can need a lot of input. And then over time, that's a bell curve that I'm drawing. Over time, they need less and less supervision and can work with more autonomy. And the way you can do that in your organization is to help everyone on the team understand what the vision is, what the priorities are for the business. Those are the things that you can use to drive your business forward. So that is the next thing to think about, is getting clear on your vision so everyone understands what it is you're trying to do. And then the last piece, as I was saying earlier, is communicating that across the organization. What are you doing? I have a lot of people who just say, oh, we're meeting to death, we're meeting to death. I don't think we're meeting to death. What we are is we are not meeting effectively, and we are not meeting in an intentional way to try and communicate things that we want to communicate for our business. So very intentionally getting those messages crafted around vision, around priorities, around objectives for your organization, communicating those broadly. I believe you should share with your team a lot of information. Let them know how the business is doing. There aren't that many secrets. You may think there's a lot of stuff you're keeping close to the vest if things are going great or things aren't going great, but your team can see what's going on because they know how busy they are. They can see sales, they can see deliverables, they can see how much the phone is ringing, how many orders are coming in. These are all things that if we communicate and help them understand what's going on, we can put them within a frame of the larger business, and we can start communicating that effectively across the organization. So people start to understand the context of what it is they're seeing. So they may see the phones ringing off the hook or orders blowing up or things slowing down. But if they don't have the context for that, how that fits within the larger vision of what you're trying to do, people fill in blanks and they fill in gaps themselves when they don't have information. So I'm a believer in a monthly town hall where I report out on the KPIs for the organization, how we're progressing on our projects, so what's the overall state of the business. These are things your employees need to know. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour meeting. It could be a 15-minute lunch meeting where it's 15 minutes where you kind of address the group and then everybody goes on to eat their lunch together to build some team alignment just right there. So communicating effectively and intentionally in your organization is another way that you can start building everybody together. Because once you have that strong leadership culture, once you have the team aligned behind the vision, Once you're taking on as the leader, those strong leadership roles that you have to take on, understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, that's when you can start taking the business from here to the next level because you now have effective leadership and an aligned vision, which it puts away a lot of those things that are slowing you down. It will speed up your organization when everybody's aligned. It will speed up your organization when you have strong leadership showing people the way forward and the how you want your business done. These are the things that strong leaders do. These are the things that help you break through plateaus in your business to get your business to the next level. And as you grow faster with that culture of leadership development, you're starting to build the next layers of leadership you're going to need in the organization as you grow. What you don't want to do is hit a position where you're growing so fast and you haven't prepared a leadership team that's ready to take on those roles in the different levels of your organization. And then you're scrambling and maybe you're bringing people in from externally who don't really have the context yet and don't understand the alignment and the vision that you've created. So putting all these pieces together is what's going to help you take your business and punch through that ceiling to the next level for your business. That's how you get your organization moving faster. That's how you start to see things growing in your organization. So until next time, thanks everybody for being here. And I will see you next week. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye bye.